I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Lunatone. Earth's moon has fascinated those who look up to it for as long as humans have walked beneath it. For millennia, people relied on the moon's phases to measure time, resulting in the very concept of months. Various cultures all over the world have worshipped lunar deities and ascribed to the moon magical powers. In 1969, just before Satoshi Tajiri's 4th birthday, the first astronauts set foot on the moon. It was a world-changing event, and no doubt left an impression on the Game Freak team, as it was referenced in the very first Pokémon games, in the Pewter City Museum. Amusingly, the NPC in question claims to have bought a colour TV to watch the moon landings, which were filmed in black and white.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Though it looks like the moon, Lunatone is the meteorite Pokémon, a rock and psychic type in the shape of a crescent moon. Like the classic man-in-the-moon image drawn in countless storybooks, Lunatone has an eye on either side, and a slight protrusion where its nose might be. It hovers in the air, but is otherwise quite motionless. Pokémon Ruby tells us, Lunatone was discovered at a location where a meteorite fell. As a result, some people theorize that this Pokémon came from space. However, no one has been able to prove this theory so far. Since 1989, scientists have been aware that some meteorites which fell to Earth originally came from the moon, having been dislodged by other rocks striking the lunar surface. Billions of years before that, it is widely believed that the moon itself was formed when the primordial Earth was struck by an object roughly the size of Mars, during the far more turbulent early years of our solar system. Pokémon Emerald told us, it becomes very active on the night of a full moon. This Pokémon was first discovered 40 years ago, at the site of a meteor strike. Interestingly, 40 years before the release of Pokémon Emerald, in 1964, the comet C1964N1 was discovered by Kaoru Ikeya, a Japanese amateur astronomer who used a telescope of his own making. This comet did leave a meteor shower in its wake, though it's unrelated to the moon. Pokémon Sapphire tells us, Lunatone becomes active during the time of the full moon. Instead of walking, it moves by floating in mid-air using telekinesis. This Pokémon's intimidating red eyes cause all those who see it to become transfixed with fear. And Pokémon Fire Red and Leaf Green tell us, its health ebbs and flows with the lunar cycle. It brims with power when exposed to the light of the full moon. In both nature and mythology, the phases of the moon have long been believed to affect life here on Earth. Of course, there are birds and insects whose migration or mating cycles rely on the light of the moon. Wolves howl at it through the night, and in folklore, this is when the werewolves transform and when vampires and witches are most powerful. In Japan, September's especially beautiful full moons are an observed holiday, complete with special sandwiches at McDonald's and KFC with fried eggs. So the yolk represents the yellow autumn moon. The name Lunatone, which is the same in Japanese, combines Luna, which means connected to the moon, and stone, which means connected to stones. Lunatone has a fairly decent special defense and special attack, while its counterpart, which we'll discuss next week, is more physically focused. It can be used in online battles with certain gimmick teams, but this Pokémon is far from meta. Lunatone made its anime debut as an item of desire for a group of Pokémon collectors, resembling the extremely valuable nature of real moon rocks. As a Sapphire player and a big space enthusiast, Lunatone is my kind of Pokémon. Oddly beautiful to look at, tied into lots of fascinating real-life science, and deeply magical. I dream that one day humanity will continue to make more steps among the stars. Not through billionaires trying to escape a planet they've killed, but through the united efforts of a scientific community in harmony with the universe. The Hoenn region, with this Pokémon, its space center, and some of its legendary monsters, is a warm reminder that the creators of my favourite franchise share that dream. Music for Luke Loves Pokémon is composed by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Writing, producing, and editing is by me, Luke Summerhaze. Funding comes from Patreon. If you want to support the show, help to keep it online, and hear episodes early, go to patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. Our next couple of Pokemon will be Solrock and Barboach, so get in touch about those or any other Pokemon on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN. Also, I'm currently streaming my first playthrough of Pokémon Shining Pearl over on twitch.tv/LukeLovesPKMN. Friday and Saturday nights at 8 PM UK time, come and join me for 2 hours of a pleasant, cozy experience. If you can't make it live, the videos are available on Twitch or YouTube after the fact. I love Lunatone, and remember, I love you too.